them for revenue generation. Now na use but other country them. According to BBC, the Red Cross na Kenya say at least na 76 people don lost after we one bad flooding don make plenty people lost their life. The Red Cross Monday evening confirm say na about 50 people them don die and say them don able rescue 110 survivor them Tuesday. The High Court na Accra, Ghana don tap one bid for force the president for sign one tough anti-LGBT bill wey parliament be don pass inside February. The bill put jail term of up to 3 years for anyone wey dem fail not say na LGBT. Last month, President Nana Akufo-Addo say e no go make the bill into law until Supreme Court decide on am. That's na news wey come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. My name na Bintu Sudan Sise.
Plenty thank you to Wi Yone Sudan Sise for we bring the Rise News Summary Day for we. The time now from this 2 o'clock, now 9 minutes after 6, and the program you still listen to now Wi Yone Salone, and they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. And remember, if you can be part of the program, send a message to number 077-963-963. Inside the program today, we will talk about the Technical Consultative Forum on Free Movement in Africa, where been happening this Bientem na Ghana. And for that, we get with inside the studio, Abdul M. Fatoma, where now the Chief Executive Campaign for Human Rights and Development International. As a day with we inside the studio for Kaip, we talk about this particular consultative movement, free movement, where it be the part of na Ghana. Welcome inside the studio.
Thank you for having me.
The program now Wi Yone Salone, and they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM, and that's not the voice of a guest where we get inside the studio today. The program they begin fine one. The Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education, Bokari Aziz Bao, don't give update, but still them we don't they happen inside governance over the week. He give the update yaso na the every Tuesday weekly government press conference na Tawail. Wi Yone Patricia Kabiabide and bring come this update for we.
According to the updates, we president be amongst the 10 other head of states and government. We go per one meeting na Kenya. They call it the International Development Association. The purpose of that meeting, a World Bank meeting for discuss the way forward on the new trajectory in financing development in Africa. On the 27th, also, the president addressed the nation on Independence Day. He tell the one them, when we go ask the way to run them for free will, he tell them thank you for taking that bold step for say we one day for ourselves. So the president be address he talk about the challenges what we don't face in the energy sector and the plans we get. You know, say we face challenge economically and otherwise. You know, shy away from the reality. But it give hope to the people. For will continue for believer. We also see a press release where we say Dr. Alhaji Kanyasise resign as a minister at the Ministry of Energy. On the 26th, I say after a fruitful discussion with power producers of electricity in the city, government through the Ministry of Finance and the Minister of Energy has paid 70 million. So car power ship, I say government don't give $70 million through the Ministry of Finance. After boku discussion, boku engagement, we don't see light, don't return. On the 22nd, I say we Minister of Justice, Honorable Mohamed Lamin Touré, Esquire, Bede Morocco, for also look at Justice to Africa, go deliberate on how far as a nation we don't go in terms of justice. They be with colleagues for discourse on the matter. On the 24th, same justice business. Sierra Leone joined the Board of Justice Action Coalition as a way of showcasing the country's commitment to promoting access to justice for the citizens. The country had made significant strides in improving its justice system, including the expansion of legal aid services. On the 24th April in Freetown, there was also some seminar on how far citizens they access justice.
The program we still listen to, Now Wi Yone Salone, and they come to you from Riseradiosl 96.3 FM. That's now the Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education as a BDG updates, but waiting the happen inside the week back the government's the activity. Members yourself can be part of the program. Send your message to number 077 963 963.
The program Now Wi Yone Salone, and we will bring and come to you. My name is Musa Baisise.
And Mina Masanyanga.
And at the studios, we get Abdul Fatoma, we are the Chief Executive Campaign for Human Rights and Development International. And this being sent precisely on the 18th of April, in Ghana, with some other African leaders under the ECOSOCA, we are the Economic, Social and Cultural Council of African Union for discuss about one free movement for Africa. But in this free movement, about all that's make we get Abdul this evening at the program. So Abdul, let's start for look at what really inform this kind thoughts or idea, but forget free movement around Africa.
Well, basically, una the canton me now a spokesman for African Union. But when you look back, African Union, their activities, then be in 2018, then we talk about the African trade regulations. So how you go able to facilitate a free trade, where first facilitate the free movement of people them. So the protocol we come, then we get for agri-state parties, the 53 or 54 countries and where they part of the African Union, we get for agree say, therefore make the African borders seamless, meaning you for able like we now the West Africa and the South African region, that kind of agreement there because we get ECOWAS. For example, with the member state then within our ECOWAS, you can able for travel from here to Guinea even without Salone passport. You just need either a voter's ID or now national ID card. And now also you can travel go to Nigeria without your passport, just with your ECOWAS ID card, where the NCRA they give. You're able to use the ID card they no more and go na Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Ghana, Mali, Senegal, Burkina Faso, Morovia, because of we get a free movement within the West Africa. So now the Africa as a whole, they try for we reduce restrictions. Like some countries and the way they travel in Africa, you need visa. Like South Africa, for example, they deny Africans a visa, past the way England and America they deny African man visa. And interestingly, American and Britain, the fact that say you get American passport or you get British passport, you enter na South Africa without visa. Botswana are the same thing. But if they come out from Sierra Leone, you want to go Botswana, you want to go or South Africa, or some other countries and at the east, like even Tanzania and all this, you require visa. So Kenya and other countries don't try, Rwanda as well, don't try for say, well, no African person no need visa for the next 30 days where it enter inside the countries there. Malawi also don't do the same things to some countries and not all countries. And South Africa don't reduce from diplomatic passport to service passport for Sierra Leone people them. But within the African Union, they move towards now for ensure that say each African member state actually reduce visa entry. You can imagine, like Sierra Leone, for example, we not get one price for visa. You they go to some salon embassy within Africa, then they charge people then $250. And then the talk price all na salon visa no more see then the talk price. Then go end up give 150,000. I mean we will get a colleague way for come Kenya come maybe get Ethiopian passport. So it go now with salon high commission Kenya. First the lady we meet is say $250. Now I ask and say no. Visa on arrival now $150. So we go tell the lady but I say we'll bring you $150. So in other countries, they see a visa price is very uniform. Then it's so bad among ourselves as an African, we call ourselves African Union, we they pay visa fee. Or if you not get visa, you cannot travel to that country. So if you get for travel, if you did part of program, if you not get note verbal, where they declare you say now when you arrive nada a city, airport or seaport or border entry, now you for pay for visa, then they allow you in. The airline, they even make you board the plane because you don't get visa. So basically, the African Union, if we want to achieve the agenda, the African Union agenda, then definitely we get for try as best how would they get free movement of goods and free movement of people.
And so on the 18th of April, we want to get this engagement. We'll really be able to reach at the conclusion, say, okay, yes, we don't endorse this, or we don't come up from point A to point. We want to be reached really, we want to be tap at that moment.
Well, they may not engage the African members of parliament, and then the African Minister of Internal Affairs and Foreign Affairs. So this time round now, then we look at the expert them within the African country, member state them, both in government and civil society. People the way they know say get, an experience and expertise in free movement. So they may call few expert them within the African country and some few member state them. We will get Morocco, Egypt. Interestingly and shamefully, they may call Sierra Leone, but Sierra Leone no been go. Sierra Leone government no go. And they may for present their own situation
for attend the conference.
Yes, Sierra Leone government no been go. They not send no representative. Me come up from Sierra Leone, but not the government have been the represent. So that will be the shameful thing about
this particular conference where you go.
Yes, this that particular consultative forum.
So you just go as a civil society.
I not just go. African Union called me as an expert.
Okay.
Yeah.
So other countries that will be there now.
Mali, Morocco, Cameroon, Malawi, Egypt, South Africa, Rwanda, because they may need countries that we
and
actually.
And then their own governments people them be there.
Of course, now government people them, and you get some civil society from Ghana, but you get also civil society from Zambia, and you will get Zimbabwe, Zambia. These are be head of immigrations or deputy minister or ambassadors, for them countries. So currently, then they look at say the Moroccan. And I mean, look doubt a bit the way AU declared the Moroccan king as the champion of free movement. You will get Paul Kagame when I the one of the first possible opening country for all Africa man, for Godi and
without visa.
Without visa.
So what does this mean for we country? Because as the African Union be send an invitation and nobody no go represent the government. What does it mean for we country?
Another kind of platform there. We get the tendency for affect we country as a part of the continent Africa.
Well, it not get much negative thing we go do to the country. Not be a good opportunity for the government go showcase because we get visa on arrival. Where most countries they not get them.
Okay.
And within part of ECOWAS, we also open the border to all ECOWAS member states. Like if you're in Nigeria, money the kaya, Liberia, money the kaya, with just laissez-passer or ECOWAS ID card. And you go kaya, you can't settle, you do business, you do other thing. So we get a rich, evidence well for be able for share with the East Africa and the North Africa and some South African countries we not get like them kind of thing. I believe say the AU be look at say Salone get something we them for offer at the table where other countries them for learn from, because Salone be select to let them give country experience on free movement of goods and persons within Africa. But we as a country, we government not be able to send a representative. But me as a citizen of Sierra Leone, I be did it as an expert, for add my own voice, on the table. But I think the way person we
and
we go
you be able
talk.
for put Salone case
No,
across.
I cannot put Salone case on government platform. I can only put my experience as an expert within West Africa and Africa.
So the operations don't begin now, like they travel without a visa?
No, because the protocol agreement give liberty, just like, because free movement is not actually new. Now, an old age something. When you look at, for example, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, we get a freedom of movement globally. But then, with a caveat, say, the state get the obligation for determine the other citizen how it enter in country. Now the state na in get that determination. And when you as a citizen enter another member state in country, you now get for subject under the laws and regulations of that country. So you look at before the First World War, during the Second World War, now they meet in Paris and begin to introduce passport. Then after that, where we don't go far, civilization they move, now they begin introduce visa. But earlier, before 1945, we not be get passport in the world. Immediately after the First World War, then they introduced passport. Then countries begin conscious about immigration. So when they build the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, then talk say, you, Massa or Musa, you're free for let you go to America. But America get a process where it will put in place before it will allow you or Musa for to go to America. So one of the processes where they will put through, they get a consular department where you get for force, apply for the visa. And criteria they will then give how you they get a visa. Then even when you don't procure that visa from Sierra Leone, you don't pay for them, you can back go to the American border entry point, meaning either through airport or through seaport or through highway. The immigration officer there, it gets the discretion again as per American law for tell you say you must even you get valid visa for enter United States, and they deny you based on American immigration rules and regulations. But if it not state that one, they just decide for take you, you get right for take action against the American government. But the staff need for states inside the American immigration law why it they deny you entering. So each country, like even United Kingdom, they also get that law. Even Sierra Leone, the immigration officer in Sierra Leone get the right for tell anybody say they enter na salon. Even a President Bio invite that person. If the immigration officer na the border entry point not satisfy, not actually satisfied with the information where the person they game, you get the right for deny them and ask and let it return back. So meaning the immediate plane where they left Sierra Leone, where they go towards that person destination, that plane they for return with that person they back.
Okay.
So all country get, them kind of law. But however, we all free for move na every country. Within African they try for do. Now like how European Union day. Within the EU 28 member states, once you get you're part of the EU country, you get a passport, the EU country passport, or you get an ID card, a national ID card. You're free for move, like you did Belgium, you're free for move go Holland, you're free for move go Germany, you're free for move go Sweden, because they're all the part of the European Union. So now then kind of about thing then the African Union self one. The fact that now you hold Salone passport, you You just buy tickets, you go Seychelles, you go Mauritania, you go Morocco. I mean, like, we wanna get money, so I can go enjoy holiday and come back.
Okay, continue for the with me inside the program. In name and Abdul M. Fatoma and the Chief Executive for the Campaign for Human Rights Development International, as we talk on the free movements in Africa. The program is still listening to now Wi Yone Salone, and they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. Continue for the with me inside the program as we'll come back to you. The time now from the studio clock now 6:28, and the program they continue. The President Julius Maada Bio don caution say for make the International Development Association IDA continue for be important to the member country them in Africa, then for adopt open and innovative wisdom for finance transformational development and continue for say for push sustainable growth na the African continent, then for same way so renew then commitments to governance, transparency and accountability. A talk all this na the World Bank International Development Association then Summit for Africa. Heads of state them na Nairobi inside Kenya. Alhaji Musaba get more for we and go now reports.
The World Bank International Development Association Summit, where they call IDA Summit, where they host na Nairobi inside Kenya, na one high-level African heads of state engagement, where they seek for key priorities them for finance Africa and semi champion aspiring finance replacement for IDA 21 resource them, where they for support transformational development objective them for Africa. President Bio inside in speech where he make na this summit na Kenya, tell the IDA team and then partner them boku thank you for the good effort for the kind way they able for gather resource them, we go able for support new development objective them, more for low income country them na Africa.
For IDA to remain relevant to the evolving needs of member countries, especially in Africa, it must grow and adopt responsive and innovative mechanisms to finance transformational development. Our collective aspiration to accelerate development in Africa by providing sustainable financing from IDA 21 replenishment remains a critical milestone that must be achieved with resounding success. A renewed commitment to good governance, transparency, and accountability must be central to our efforts. These are the cornerstones upon which we can build resilient institutions and foster an environment conducive to investment, innovation, and economic growth.
President William Ruto, when the Kenyan president, and same way so the host president, talk Trangawan for the need for change and how they're ready for take advantage of this opportunity. He called for donor support for IDA 21, where it been highlight the potential of IDA 21 as one transformative global impact. President Bio continued to talk about how Africa important, where it campaign development, security, and for end poverty in the world. President Bio talked about the Boku opportunity them, like natural resources, youth population, and Boku want them as potential investment in Africa, but all the Boku threat them where Africa country then face.
Sierra Leone unreservedly endorses the Nairobi IDA communique and looks forward to working with recipient African nations to advocate for a mega 21st IDA replenishment. The communique reflects our vision to ensure prosperity of Africans and particularly safeguard the aspirations of Agenda 2063 and the SDGs, which aim to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that by 2030, all people enjoy peace and prosperity.
19 Africa head of state them gather at the majestic Kenyatta International Convention Center for take part in this summit. President Bio positive for the provision of additional resource them for support the joint African vision for climate smart and resilient Africa with the IDA Nairobi communique.
The IDA 21 resources should help our countries expand quality, sustainable, climate-smart infrastructure investment in agriculture, energy, transport, water, and sanitation, healthcare infrastructure, and other sectors. If Africa is to meet the targets of SDG 8, decent work and economic growth by 2030, we must act now to transform the working age population into productive forces with more decent and inclusive jobs for the youth, especially our women.
These summits bring together African leaders them for talk about this big transformational agenda, where they aim for improve life them and create opportunity them with the World Bank IDA. The summit same way witnessed the launch of one coalition waiting for United Civil Society Foundation them, the private sector and young people them for strong replacement for IDA resource them. May we bring this report to you na Alhaji Musaba.
The Minister of Public Administration and Political Affairs, Amara Kalon, don't say the ministry no go perform without support from Parliament. We make it say member them of Parliament for support the ministry, and also say Salone no ever get Public Service Act. He talked this inside one parliamentary familiarization meeting beside the Parliamentary Committee on Public Administration and Political Affairs been there. For more on this, we join with parliamentary correspondent Fatmata Bangura.
The Ministry of Public Administration and Political Affairs, they work now for monitor government in administrative function them, manage political business, we get for do with policy development, and they coordinate government agency them. Then same way so they give support to public engagement and also take part per political process them. Now for sake of that make the Parliamentary Committee on Public Administration and Political Affairs now the Salone Parliament don't call on the Ministry of Political Affairs for go give status on the ministry and also talk about the plans them we then get. We in be the talk, the Minister of Public Administration and Political Affairs, Amara Kalon, the start for talk say.
Yeah, it's challenging but interesting because it's a process, not an event, and there are a lot of things the way the transit is a whole transition from a ministry where people then be known today as not too prominent to now a very prominent ministry where they look at the entire public administration in the country. So that transition is not easy, difficult. The status quo, the existing structures, the emerging issues we get for take into consideration. So basically, it's a slow, painful one, but we are getting there.
Inside our meeting day, member of parliament them biggest concern say the ministry need for work with parliament so their work will be effective. We make the minister get for talk this.
I feel humbled by the submission, but are not taken for granted because problem at public administration is about the laws. It's about the policies. And parliament are responsible for that. So you cannot deliver on the reforms of the public service without working in synergy with the House of Parliament. Because basically, most of we laws, they're obsolete. The policies, they know they are tuned with existing trends. The bills and way they don't pass, some of the agencies, they wouldn't create the commission, they're in conflict with one another. So meaning, if we want to correct those things, if we want to do the reforms, meaning the House of Parliament for the central and very critical in this period of this transition. So that's why I find myself here today for them come. One is for let them know say this ministry is existing. Number two, let them know the volume of job where this ministry get, and let them know say they are central and integral in this whole process. That we know we will deliver if we not get the support of Parliament. We know say resources are limited, but with them they can help me for open doors. Laws they will find it very difficult because of people their own interest. Parliament will help me for the common good for they will get them passed and able to set the stage for the revamping of the public service. So yes, it's very critical. I become humble, but I also am not taken for granted. They lavish me with all those praises, but I not let the praises they carry me because the burden of this country lies on my head. Public administration is central in everything. If we don't get it right, forget about it. You don't get anything.
Amara Kalon, the same way so say.
We have to work as a team. We have to deliver as a team. I can review all the policies, but if somebody not there for implement, it becomes a problem because the ministry's role now for provide the political and technical lead. But we have institutions that are entrenched in the constitution of Sierra Leone with a mandate where we drive the process. So me no come for come, me I'm not the implementer. I'm just policy maker and regulator for make sure we drive in and those institutions we strengthen them for let them deliver on the things they want for do. If I can be the best orator, I can be the best person for explain. But if you don't have the PSC, if you don't have the HRM, if you don't get the PSR, if you don't get the cabinet secretariat, if you don't get the justice sector, if you don't get the parliament, them everybody around you, for let them understand. Say if we don't do this, we won't get it right, then we are just wasting our time.
According to the minister, Amara Kalon, he be also say Salone no ever get Public Service Act.
With the struggle with the Public Service Act, they will never get into this country. We not get an organizational structure of the public service. In fact, we not even get a document which define the public service. The Constitution 152 and 153 talks about the composition, the structures, and the powers of the Public Service Commission. But it not tell the Public Service Commission whether they under authority. They kept silent. So we therefore work on that with the review Constitution. We don't develop a whole chapter where they tell who constitute the public service. Yeah. But also, how do we get a Public Service Act that tells how authority is shared and moved? But more importantly, what are we talking about the competency framework? Why the military need for recruit 2,000 soldiers? We need for know. How that recruitment for go? We need for know. How the training they go? We need for know. Up to the time when that person they go to retirement. And the competency framework. So across the board, from the needs assessment to the recruit, to the advert, to the application, to the training, to the processes of promoting, we'll call it performance appraisal system. How do you promote people from one level to another without hindrance? We don't see systems are clogged because one person will move to the next stage. You already been and already scoring point them, but you never go before because somebody before is not doing his job and not able to shift. And at the end of the way, somebody with the retirement age. Many times you see what people they retire at the village and they go sit down. We don't squeeze them dry of all the energy and all the resources, then enable us. So that's why we are bringing the Wages and Compensation Commission. Can we harmonize and rationalize salaries? And so that we look at that retirement package. It's very, very critical because now in the inspire other people then for coming to the system. And we see capital flight because people when they left the country as a result of that, then they benefit other country there. Government is spend 22% of in budget in human capital. With the essence where they come, where they don't develop their skill, therefore come back into the system and do inputting and support the drive. But if that not they happen, then they because then the CC, their parents and they not treat the system, not they treat them well when they retire. Then they go and the government and they lost. So that's why we have to work with everybody. It's a very, very difficult and painful job, and let nobody know we expect the result in 1 year. It's going to be a process because it's a mind game. It's an issue of skill sets, the issue of playing with the mind games of people, because we need for demystify the whole system and allow people to understand why they need for coming to the service.
Reporting for Rise Radio, me na Fatima Sabangura.
6:40 now the time from the studio clock, and the program is still a listen to. Now we're on Salone and they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM, and still get inside the studio Abdul M. Fatoma. We now the chief executive for Chadi as a day with we for talk about the free movement in Africa, and still they expect for get online Cyril Django we like an economic analyst for help we talk about this issue. Yeah, so members CCF can be part of the program. Send a message to number 077 963 963, or if you watch your live now Facebook page, you can say we should drop your comments there or concerns, and we go read them for you. Like come to you, Fatoma. Now, you don't make mention say Salone not be able for send anybody in as much as we be get an invite for send a government official for go be part of this particular consultative meeting, at least for showcase or give your own side of waiting we safe go want. So Salone go able for benefit from this particular free movement where the process could begin or where it will come into existence?
Yes, immediately when the thing will come into force. But before it come into force, we need, based on the member state agreement, they need a 15 country for ratify and accept. So far, we get only 4 countries. So we need 11 countries more, including Sierra Leone, if we want to let this thing come into force.
Okay.
So we get Mali, we get Niger, we get Rwanda, we get Sao Tome and Principe. So basically, you look at the other countries, then you will not get the Nigeria, we will not get the Ghana, we will not get the Morocco, we will not get Egypt, we will not get South Africa, we will not get Botswana, we will not get Malawi, we will not get Zambia, we will not get Zimbabwe, we will not get Liberia, we will not get Guinea, we will not get Burkina Faso, even though now military government they Mali, but for West Africa, Mali and Niger, not there currently. you know, Sao Tome, Principe. And so when you actually look, we from this end get more appetite than we other brothers in the south, the east, the central, and also the North Africa.
Okay, so now we look at this way as a civil society activist and self a Sierra Leonean, waiting you will say about this particular kind act here so for a whole African Union go invite your country for like go participate on something where you country go benefit of perform and people of your country self go enjoy and then you know go waiting this mean to we what kind of message is sent to we Sierra Leoneans.
Well, the Whitman can call and say, you know, be efficient, you inefficient, and you're not effective when you work, meaning you careless, or like sometimes in some radio station, if I say people reckless, then say they're not like that. But reckless action always lead to careless, you know, thing. Basically, we always get this problem in this country several times, and they even do a sponsored trip. But because of neighbor countries then like Ghana, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, some people they treat them. Trust me, maybe they say if not be Brussels or any European country or United States, definitely. When that invitation they be kind of foreign affairs, then they get possibly they go. But because of Ghana, so they're not going to take it serious. So for let them communicate among the ministry, the relevant ministry authority where for go. When you go foreign affairs, mostly they hold on document informations and several, you know, state institutions and don't grumble that grumble. There was a time where the government of Sierra Leone be considered me and the opposition leader Abdul Kagbo in the parliament and the upper chairman with the government, the chief minister, will probably go US will talk about the MCC. Even though I get a visa for the United States, but the program is say you need to get a diplomatic visa. If you not get diplomatic passport, because I guess, you know, Sierra Leonean passport. And then tell me say we forgive we passport. And we give foreign affairs. It takes ages. I have to be running until one day I drive go. You know, one of the ministers assist me for make I go get my passport. Even though when the US will not return my passport back to them. So this not just the kind of people that more we get in our public places. We public offices not that much efficient, effective. It's more about the power want this, president want this.
So is it that then trip then you know important to them, or you know, and then they not just feel say we need for attend this particular
maybe
thing?
because president not there. Because when you are in this office, vice president want this, chief minister want this, they treat it very seriously. You know. Apart from that, you know, you see much seriousness from people. And like you rightly say, we need for treat everything serious like this for them benefit, because the fact that say African Union consider we for let we share we own, you know, case, and if we say one for promote tourism, they pay huge money gonna, you know, Germany for good display for convince people then for come to the point even the minister they say pollution not enough freedom, meaning you know smoke not the I mean that you can't believe that. Go Kinton, go Bomena Kisi Road. You did some high building in Sierra Leone. You look I mean inside Freetown, you look some area, you see the dust cloud, you know, certain area in this town. But we spend a lot of money, and we spend money as a country for attend some business summit them for let we convince people for come. Now we own African Union, call we say go showcase within Salone don't do towards free movement in terms of visa on arrival. Go tell Morocco how they go do this and they work better. Go to Egypt, how they for do this. It worked better. Go to South Africa. These other countries are what they call the economy bigger than we and then get more attraction than we. But we able to do something that we did not do yet. So would that be a bigger opportunity for let we actually market with them. But me, maybe go as an expert, me not be go as a government person, and the period and pay for me for go as an expert, and the period and for pay for the government person. No, that's not the government for pay. Now AUB pay for everybody we go. The African Union, now them pay for everybody we go. So
now we can look at we get some trips them way government can go. You go see the president, they go, you get a whole entourage we go with them, or the first lady they go, you get a whole entourage where they go with them. And then now you said make mention of trips them way they come on a foreign affairs where people need for go for benefits the country, but they know they go. And then you don't make mention of the one who will probably go with chief minister, we just die down like that, and look this other one and all that couple of trips.
It not only died down, there were several factors to that. Because one,
that which means the president not get interested in them.
No, I mean we on trip, and I talk about the trip.
Yes,
the
one we on trip, yeah.
We only get several factors to that. One, up to Cabo being redressed and not go, and two, the international community being get interested in say the report for the tripartite committee, the interim report we need for the out. And so with that, we cannot, and then some of the conditions that we key, if the opposition is not party to it, we can also not be party to it, because if we say we need to go across government, something, meaning you need opposition, you need civil society, you need government. So we go as a one voice in the best interest of the people of Sierra Leone. But when we begin scattered, then definitely you cannot see a unity in that move. But anyway, not of that we can't talk about now. We can't talk about the free movement. The free movement, we get a lot for benefit as a country. Rwanda, they currently benefit from that. But one of the things where they scared so many people, they say if you open borders, the one that will not open their own borders, then feed us, maybe because South Africa advanced, Botswana advanced, Mauritania advanced, Morocco advanced, Egypt advanced, than most of the world African countries. Massa and Musa Biga go left Sierra Leone now, and so then they go Egypt. Then the Egyptians are not going to get woke, or the Moroccans are not going to get woke, because the work they wouldn't forget. Now in Biga go able for go do. So that fear of citizens, but Rwanda them in there for share their experience. They say, look, we don't open with border. We don't get sickness the way people the way they come from other African countries come with. The jobs the way they for everybody they. The medical facility not overcrowded, but they're still able to provide. The schools are not overcrowded, because if you come for 30 days, you scan the country. What do you want for do? If you want for stay, then you get for now consider how much am your house rent. I'm able to afford this house rent at this country than the house rent at my own country. So if you get the kind job you good, then also waiting the non-try for do. The non-try for say how virtually you can able for work na Rwanda and get working permit. Even you're not in Rwanda, but you can go there at any time and also work. You can apply for a job now in Rwanda remotely. You work in a salon, in a bedroom, or in a farmhouse. But anytime where you want to go to Rwanda, you go just enter there with your working permit, even though you're not resident there. So you don't need for pay rent. But however, you get right for work there. So you apply for them kind of visa then. So then get a lot of innovations that we then don't create. Where I think say other countries like Malawi can openly and say they don't learn a lot from the Rwanda explanation. And the Egypt representative will be sit down closer to me also say when they return back, then go talk with the government. So there and there Morocco say we want for champion this free movement and we go on for let we get other high power delegations from the expert that we did this meeting and also other government functionaries for let them come to Morocco. We can sit down, we talk with Wikin for see how go help other countries them, talk to them for let them ratify. So all open with border. So like Sierra Leone said for Benin Day, then present their own case and see how they go able for tell the AU saying that this will be able for do. Because now the moment where we get 15 countries that will ratify this, we don't then the African Union don't need again any country for make 16. Automatically it don't go into force. So either you be one time, you not be one time. What's the citizen that Africa get African passport? So now if you get Salone passport, you see that say you get ECOWAS logo, not so the coat of arm. You get the ECOWAS logo. Then the ECOWAS, then done the Republic of Sierra Leone. So all ECOWAS member states now so it. So when we get the 15 people and sign, then we move towards the African passport. Then they see the African Union logo. Then they call Republic of Sierra Leone. So the Republic of Sierra Leone and then true say you're not African, but you're not Sierra Leone, come on. You're not African, but you're not Nigeria, come on. You're not Ghana, come on. So basically, but the free movement, they also help for boost economy. Okay. They help for boost trade. Okay. You know, and they bring a lot of advantages. When you even talk about the free trade regulations, I remember where German government pay for me for the one course on African trade regulations. Now the time I know say, if you buy property in Ghana, you don't pay tax in Ghana. If you bring that item in Salone, you don't need for pay custom. Because the ECOWAS protocol say, you don't already pay tax now one of ECOWAS member state. So you know for come again at the other ECOWAS member state and pay tax, meaning you pay double tax within the same region.
Okay.
So for move that trade, free trade movement, for let business be easy. But you see say most people them na Sierra Leone, they suffer from that. Then let me say not only Sierra Leone, across the entire
the free movements now, if it come into effect, all of that, not going to happen again, or not going to happen again.
What do you mean? We get protocols them, so you only need for read the free trade protocols where Sierra Leone don't go sign, and how Sierra Leone don't ratify them. But now in Wi Yone case, when even we sign a ratified document, it not still become part of we laws it until we get within and called domestication. When we don't domesticate it, meaning immediately we domesticate it don't automatically be part of the law. But when we just sign and ratify, the obligation they only at international level, but not they at local level.
Okay, continue for the two inside the program. We go can talk on some of the benefits them where it gets. The program now we on Salone and they come to you from Radio 96.3 FM. We don't get now online. Cyril Django, we na an economist, analyst as we can talk about this free movement.
Good evening, Cyril. If you get to it, welcome to Wi Yone Salone.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. So, fine. We talk about this free movement where the Economic, Social and Cultural Council for African Union we get this bent in Ghana on the 18th, for facilitate how best they can put things together for begin the free movements in Africa. As an economist and somebody also they move across Africa, what does this mean?
Well, this one, of course, now we just a few weeks ago, all this conference, we now on the free movement of peoples, because remember, see, you get the Africa free continental trade area, we different from the FMP, the free movement protocol. Now, this one here, what I talk about so now about how can we create an Africa where me and you and the Nigerians and the Somalians and the Ghanaians and all of us can freely, in person, move from one border to the other. So I mean, not this meeting with the old Ghana. They agree say that it's not much political will for affect this. And for demonstration that, we find out now only 4 countries don't ratify this FMP, that is the Free Movement Protocol. And that is a disaster, which means there are 53 countries yet to fulfill it. But so, and we people in the economic field, they say, for Sierra Leone to be able to develop and maximize its potential, it cannot fight the global economic order alone. We need to integrate. Now, what is now the benefits of this thing if it comes into fruition? It simply means the market for rice radio, for example, they expand. Because you could simply move there as a producer or as somebody who own the station into Guinea, into Liberia, into Ghana, and create your business. In other words, the markets, they big for everybody who participates because you're able to move freely. And that's now the see we could make a progress. But as we speak, there are only 4 countries, shockingly, we don't ratify the FMP. And those 4 countries are too small for actually bring meaning and value. Not even Sierra Leone. We expect they face so many shocks. We have a very small economy, very small economy. But then we face so many shocks that we need to integrate with the Nigerians, with the Ghanaians, with the Cote d'Ivoire people, with so many other countries for create employment. But then let us look forward to seeing more growth in the sector.
All right, I mean, suppose for long come ask Fatima, but I'll come back to them. But I'll just say your thoughts on this. With this kind of free movement here, so also, do we also think about some party bad thing the way we get, for example, crime rates, and now we'll talk about drugs everywhere. Some other African continents very much, they're into drugs. So do we also consider all of these factors in this free movement?
Well, you're right. These are some of the things we then consider. I mean, we make some people, some states, still drink their food. See, well, if we can ratify this thing and open our borders for people to come in and go out, it will increase crime, it will take jobs away from the local markets. That is probably, those are arguments in a way they can sort out at the higher level. That I don't feel it's not a problem. Crime, of course, all states get police force. And this one can give us the opportunity for every state in police force for the interact with the other. So the police force in Namibia interacts with the force in Sierra Leone. The force in Sierra Leone interacts with the force in Eritrea. So we get an international policing network. So I think, in fact, instead of the fear that it will lead to more crime, no, on the contrary, it will lead to a much more coordination of security forces across borders for stem crime. Look at this kush. The best way you can able to tackle kush should be cross-border, and that's the best be activated via the FMP. You see, free movement protocol. Even the research with the drug will be put for ratify.
Okay, so how about the fact that some other countries are developed than the others, and for that reason, for example, every Sierra Leonean now, or most Sierra Leoneans are going to say, okay, maybe left Salone, go in a place like Kenya, say South Africa, and other parts of them in Africa, we sometimes develop past Salone. Do we not think getting a free movement could also get people, Africans, from other African countries, less developed, for going to have some more developed African countries, for making them more populated, create more, congestion and then facilities and that kind of stuff?
Yes. I mean, you do a very good research there. That, for me, is the major obstacle, perhaps critical obstacle, will affect the activation of the FMP at state level. Now, the inequality of development is a major problem. So it means if this thing, if we can allow a country like South Africa, like Kenya, like Egypt, like Ethiopia, those are stronger economies. If we can open up borders for let people come in and go out like that, then it will create massive shock to our development. So is a very important basic. Water availability is a very important basic. Roads, now, good healthcare. Those 5 are basic level playing fields. But here we are. Senegal has power supply sorted out. They have very good infrastructure, and they have major multinational companies working in that country. And the economy is 4 times, 5 times bigger than Sierra Leone. And there's Sierra Leone, way down there, where entire GDP is about it's about $7 to $8 billion. And then you're talking about Senegal, Ivory Coast, Kenya, Egypt. We get a far advanced economy. So the fear is that if we can't open up these free movements, it would lead to a mismatch of movements. So there will be more people going to see Nigeria than are coming to Sierra Leone. There will be more people going to South Africa than going to Nigeria. So it has to be an issue where governments, they accept that we need to create the so-called level playing field by achieving the basics across board, and we're going to ensure that we are able to leverage. Okay. You see, but we don't see that one. Rather, we are seeing that they are even in Ghana. Guess what they end up for do at this end of this conference? They all about 2 weeks ago. They simply renew their political commitments for ensure they roll out the FMP. It was said to renew, no concrete steps. And that, of course, for me, is no good sign of our intention.
All right. Thank you very much, Cyril Django, for sharing thoughts with us on this free movement across Africa. Thank you so very much.
The program, Now Wi Yone Salone, and they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. And members CSF can be part of the program. Send a message to number 077-963-963. 5 minutes after 7 at the time from the studio clock. Now we go for the short break.
Now you can send mobile money with no sonko, only with Afri Money. Ilek you want send 5, 10, 50 or 5,000 leons or even more with no sonko. Yes, anytime, any day, every day, any side you in a salon, free with Afri Money. No go outside and the pinch pan the lily where you want send. Avoid sonko. Use Afri Money. Dial *161 *1 # for send mobile money free. Afri Money to Afri Money. For no more, call 161. Afri Money. No sonko.
Use Afri money for free.
The program Wi Yone Salone, they continue from the studios in Brookfield. See, they get to on 96.3 FM and self now Facebook page live at Riseradiosl 96.3 FM. And on the internet at www.riseradio.sl with support from AfriCell. We'll take another tour in the program. The Freetown City Media Center, where you can make film and documentary them, but in them like climate change, don't join hand with the Freetown flood fighters for raise more awareness for climate change and now the country, and as well for put things them in place for tap flooding now the slum community them especially. So we reporter Patricia Kabia get more inside this report.
As women them and picking them can mostly affected with camp and flooding, the Freetown Media Center and the Freetown flood fighters will make up of women them we don't take one great lead for fight against climate change and the communities them as a way for how they can put in them and also ideas them for tap flooding and the environment. This is a way for highlight the challenges them whether Umaya they face and how they go able for advocate for solutions and fight for environmental justice. The Umaya don't help for plant trees them and clean their community them and safe. They be also talk about the challenges them and they be say this.
They train you for plant tree. If you plant tree, I believe say you will get passion for climate change. Because when they plant trees, then they will really suffer. So why would they plant trees, then they even possibly cut and save. So God, you go nearly one fix that possible. Because one, when you go plant that tree, you go for dig with your bare hand, all and do the other stuff there. So from there, if post itself one cut trees, and they say, this tree, you know how people in the planter and the money where people in the spend day, so I can't begin forget passion.
Well, I'm Jonathan, a resident of the Kokobel community within the coastal side, at the western axis.
Like me, I come for get inspired for be a climate resilient fighter as a result of where I be in the formal area. We can't be evicted by the land or structure owner. We therefore move go down the water side where the mafia the whole gully. See, and where they collect data, some questions and the way they tie around climate resilient issues. Because for example, your Koki experienced flooding at Kokube. Sometimes it not can be directly to me because you know say affected victim can be directly and indirectly. Even if it affects you indirectly, the way they become inconvenience, because for example, if possible be a direct victim, you get for calm rescue as na the line in the walk. So like as you say for fight now they really important. Because sometimes you will feel that you don't know. So you find out the way this thing will happen, come around the way that you become restless, they become stressed, traumatized. You put yourself in the capacity and think that if this thing happen to me directly, how I will feel. And then in the moment you don't get an incident again, the community become unstable. And I know say if a good thing when they happen to people, they're not going to become stressed. Now because of a bad thing, they become stressed. So like I can't find myself 2015 where I say we go for training for be a community disaster management committee.
Adenke Hamilton, when I storyteller na Freetown Media Center, be say this.
Well, the reason why we produce this event, the Sierra Leone Environmental Film Summit annually, and the reason why we do a lot of climate-related films, is because one, as I mentioned, Salone, a place where very affected by these climate threats. Sierra Leone, one panel don't rate we say of all the countries that we get for suffer because of climate change, Salone are the third most affected. So we're not getting nowhere for escape. And unfortunately, most of the conversations that they happen around climate change, not they happen in languages where people that understand. If you ask the average Sierra Leonean what's in a climate change, they're not gonna know. They're not going to even understand how to begin explain. But if you tell them, say, where the rain they come, your community they flood, then go say yes. Or where sun they meet you inside your palm body, you they hot, then go say yes. The place they hot past. So we realize say we need to take this conversation and this climate debate to we communities them in ways where then self go understand. Because now very important something where people then get for know and understand.
And for push health hygiene and safety go before the Freetown City Council don't help for ensure say it happen. The mayor of Freetown, Ivona Kisoya, be talk about their role as council and be talk about some plans them of the council for type climate change and prevent risks. Usain be talk about how people for take care of them community and stop for cut down trees them.
One major challenge we get all this. Now the fact say housing be built alongside window to side for us. So whether you say the one along the water side or as Zaki will say just now, the one at the hillside, waiting with the experience, now the lack of planning. The community in the show me say when rain the come, when the water full up, the water gather, all man the cow then dirty them, portray the dirty inside the water can't go. You go one vex by them. But the question is, how come we get a situation where it's possible for let you build, get permits for build, who say access nothing? So how come you able build homes some side when clearly illegal and dangerous? Kokube, we plant 66,000 mangroves in 2022? 66,000 mangroves. Because no control, no day. And you can't control something if you not get a mandate. Because no control, no day. More than 80% of them mangroves then were destroyed.
And continue for talk about the new law where the council were for put in place by parliament for tap them one the way they throw it alternatively. They end up the invest by way how them be raise awareness and stop deforestation and community them as trees they important and sef they make flooding not dey happen, and also call on everybody for put their effort so we country go be safe from flooding and other bad thing dem wey dey caused by natural disasters. Reporting for Rise Radio, Mina Patricia Kabia.
7:13 and at the time from the studio clock, and the program is still listening to Now Wi Yone Salone, and they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. Fatoma, you don't agree with Cyril, don't say, but now we can look at waiting salon go benefit if this particular agreement come into effect, and self waiting go involve.
Salon go get a lot for benefit. All of the countries in Africa go get a lot. Like the things that we have been saying, like we get Rwanda, we part of the 4 countries that we don't ratify, and now one of the leading African countries that we can't open them border. So then be able for share experience. We get concerned about crime. We get concerned about flooding and also economic challenge for the citizens. So Rwanda be able for actually give a lot of justifications. But then again, you look from the West, you see that say always citizens and get this worried, like Britain, for example. England may get these things saying now whether a part of Brexit, now whether a part of Europe, now it make life don't begin hard for English people. So waiting before Romania joined the European Union. So most of the people that we been they see as a migrant are then European countries and I be Romanians. So the British people them been think say the cleaning job or the housekeeping job where they picking the way no go better book we go able for do that kind of job then the Romanians are not come, so then they pay them less. Why that happen? Because you create an immigration problem. That's if Abdul Fatoma or Massa go to England, then a migrant them and they're undocumented. So work way pilot bigger they work na the studio, they make 100,000 per hour. If me and you two were no documented in the country, then give we 40,000 leons. We know 100,000. We know 40,000. One, we don't get paper. So if you then give we that small money, what's we able to go buy soap, we buy rest, we eat, we send back home, we're okay with that. But if when Europe we allow Romania to be part of the European Union, when the Romanians then the pressure reduce. No longer see Romanians run again for a job where they go pay them lesser than the actual minimum wages where the country say. So when Rwanda said when they open the country, everybody where they Rwanda was illegal for work there. They compete for the minimum wages job. They compete for under the table job. Because you're not illegal, you're not a legal person. When we did on that very consultative conference a few weeks back, now in Malawi and South Africa declare Ghana, say Ghana nationals and free for go. Nigeria vex. Say why South Africa not agree for consider them as the big brother of West Africa for letting them get a free visa entry to South Africa. So unless we continue to forget countries like Rwanda and other countries and we don't open the border, same thing be happen na Italy. When Berlusconi been the late Berlusconi, we been in the prime minister for Italy. We been granted the highest number of migrant amnesty. So then time then Italy become from the suppression where them in the under, where a lot of migrant them in the undocumented, where they threaten the survivor of the Italian citizens or the legal resident because job then they now way some people go do inside house for lesser. So the actual qualified people, they're not being getting job then. So until we open with border, we allow people for coming instead of them coming the work on the hand, then we're able to get. But then people then they can able for bringing more, expertise. Like the other guest we've been there on the phone, they talk. Already we get the ECOWAS community, so we don't get problem for do business with Nigeria or Ivory Coast we make mention of. But we get problem for do business with Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, South Africa, because we and they know they are the same union. So, but when this free movement come, the example the way it been again now, like for example, you want for expand radio, you can now expand them because we did now the free movement and the free trade, and investment then go able for Canada and countries there, and citizens then go able for benefit a lot.
Okay, quick one before we can take the message. I want to take you from the free movement and come with you to your recent court case with the Ministry of Basic and Higher Education on this university court business. How far the court case don't go and waiting now the status now.
So far, since we filed the matter, we get 2 applications before the High Court, not the Civil Division. We don't only able for sit down 1 term. And when we don't sit down, we don't get adjournment. We'll be adjourned for let we go come back na court today, and the court adjourn again to the 2nd of this May, than the next month. We're going to be Thursday this week. That's not the update. Maybe you get other question.
Okay, the second, and then waiting are you fit for this case because you be first of all ask for like you wanna go do protests now the ministry where the police been denying on and then we be lead to this court case.
Well, when we start this whole case, 16th February, we talked to the minister through phone. We tell him we position and we follow go find resolutions. But he said they don't make up their mind. So we start with Twitter campaign and we raise issues. Then we call press conference. And in that press conference, we inform the public, say, we want for demonstrate before the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education in New England. But you cannot protest or demonstrate in this country according to the 1965 Public Order Act. You first get for notify the police, Section 17, 1 and 2, they deal with that directly. So we inform the police by notification and we also request for security coverage. But the police call we on meeting twice, and in all of the meeting, they've been giving some optimistic sign. But on the last day, then we say, and then go send letter, and the next following day, then send letter, until we say then constrain. So with that, then they advise that we not proceed with planned protest. So as a law-abiding organization, we not be. But during the press conference, we'll be informed the people of this country through the media that will be present. Say we go demonstrate, 1, and 2, we go take a legal action. So we 1 demonstrate and see that the protest go urge for let them resolve the matter in the best possible way. So, but when that not right, the best option now will be left now we hand. When I will second option, we'll now backup plan that before going to court. So because they not allow we for protest, then we now go with the matter now court. So now as I speak, we did the civil division at the High Court for a judicial review, for let the court look into the action of the minister and the ministry, if they may get right for dissolved the university court And if they get the right and the power for let them appoint pro vice chancellor and principal of the University of Sierra Leone as an acting. So now that we go to the court for let the court look into that and decide.
So what does this mean for we and self in the university for let them kind thing there the appoint and self a ministry for like a dissolve a whole court and self appoints for themselves?
What does this mean? Because the matter they now in a court, what does this mean? It means say we democracy they grow because we get civil society organization. We think say if we end impunity, that culture of I go do thing in left both case. So we now don't go with the matter in a court with a seek redress for let the court actually look into. And the thing about judicial review now a very straightforward case. It look about the wrong and now look out in which circumstances where you do for save this or for do that. You look at if the action where you do they within your power or they outside of your power, then come up with a decision. That case way very straightforward, another case way for delay, but because of the I think that 3 or 4 times we do adjourn, they would only sit on one time.
Do you see any chances of say on go win the case?
We get a very good case. We get a very strong, compelling, evidence, both based on material evidence. So we get a very strong case. We get utterances.
You trust the judiciary?
The court day for like we seek justice, and that's not the reason why we gonna court for seek justice.
Okay, let's take some of the message and we don't come inside the program. Member say safe go be part of the program. Send a message to number 077-963-963. The first one we come say, oh governments. Okay, this one from Mohammed is say, we governments know the take we serious. How then go invite on a whole consultative meeting on a no go, but on a get other activities them way on a go attend or salon. This other one from Fatu, they say, so plenty invitations they can come for make government officials them go, but they not they go, but we every day they see them, they fly come out na the country. This other one they say, we hope say this particular free movement go benefit we in a salon because it don't say where people them they go, but better not the day. Because of time, the last one we will take for now from Isatona to Azak Junction. They say so many agreements, but better not the per the agreements they are. We hope say the government go pay attention. Pam better tin them na so we don't dip and blackout for long term. So we begin see minister and they resign and self-president they take over. We hope see better go come na salon one day. Because of time, now we'll just take a few messages there. So yes, Fatoma.
Okay. If we able to get 15 countries that will ratify, automatically the free movement come into force. Salone as a country get a lot, and they tax away the tax if we get money for go live down as South Africa was able for adapt and to the laws of South Africa, it go able. You not gonna need now for pay go certain countries like for go South Africa you need for come on go Ghana for go get a visa. So then are more expenses. For go Botswana. And it's like we travel go Canada where you need for come on salon for go. Or you need go Sweden or you need go Vienna. You need for come on you go Senegal or Ivory Coast, for go get the visas before you go there. So if you look at you compare African country where we are all one people, as we say, you get for travel from your country to another country for get a visa. But now if we get a free movement, you don't need that hustle. that money for take go Ghana or you go Ivory Coast, you go just add on to your ticket money and fly go straight now another country there. So now a benefit. Yes, we don't go into plenty agreement them, but we know they see better because some of the agreement that we go into, we know they can ratify them. Then we will not ratify. We're not going to gain anything from it. So the one for the energy, yes, we don't struggle from 1961 to date with the struggle for light, water, and several other basic things. And unemployment, the people that will not get job, then but who pass the one they will get job. That alone, they create a lot of social economic burden in a family, and they create depression and stress, for families. And we see, say, the minister resign, and then the president saying they supervise 2 deputy ministers, the ministry.
So, which means in the minister?
No, the document not say so, and the president cannot be a minister.
Okay. Okay, continue for the routine inside the program for no waiting the app. On our courts, make we join Esther Nene Kamara for we court news.
Magistrates until Bango and about court number 2 don't refuse to give bail to one Lebanese, Ali Jafar, because police allege say they see him with gun. Ali Jafar, they team up before magistrate now court for answer to 6 counts charge them. Possession of arms without license, contrary to Section 22, subsection 1 of the Sierra Leone Commission on Arms and Ammunition Act 2023. Possession of ammunition without license, having in control of small arms without license, unlawful concealment of arms without license, keeping greater number of small arms without license, and carrying offensive weapon contrary to the law of Sierra Leone. According to police file that Saturday 6 April 2024 na Young Sports Club, wey people can call YSC within a Wilkinson Road na Freetown. Then they allegedly see the accused person Ali Jafar with one Makarov pistol will not be licensed. Now the same day in place, police be seen so see the alleged person with 6 caliber 9.19mm gun will not be licensed. And the same way so see the accused person or weapon a public, where according to law, enough for do so. The lead prosecutor witness, Sergeant Issa Kamara, began the pistol in court. We get 6 live bullets as exhibits. With the number 2 witness begin in your statement in court, the defendant lawyer be continue for apply for bail for the accused person. As he say, the accused person not get well body, but the prosecutor lawyer will object to the bail application and tell the magistrate say the correctional center get medical facility and go able for treat the accused person. This may make Magistrate Santigi Bangura no be give bail to the accused person and send and go remand na the male correctional center of Freetown. So te May 2 this year. Magistrate Sakeku and Apanubal Court number 1 don't give bail to 34-year-old Francis Salebi. Francis Salebi the team before magistrate na court for answer to 2 counts charging. Larceny in indwelling house, contrary to Section 13, subsection 1 of the Larceny Act 1916. According to police file that Wednesday, April 10, 2024, at Sir Samuel Lewis Road inside Freetown, the accused being allegedly go inside Abu Bakar Bari in house and thief 8,050 United States dollars with 3,000 euros. The total of all waiting in the thief now 192,982 euros. When Abu Bakar Bari in property. Inside count 2 na the same day in place, the accused being allegedly thief 5,000 euros. When Mohammed Bari a property. We then begin and explain the charge them to the accused person. And now we talk nothing. The person with the prosecutor case na court, Assistant Superintendent na police, Ibrahim S. Mansari, we beg the magistrate for adjourn the case so he will able for getting witness them. This will make the lawyer with a team up for the accused person be apply for bail. Magistrate Sakekura be give bail to the accused person and fine am 500 euros and be adjourn the case so till May 7 this year. For Rise Radio, Mina Esther Nene Kamara.
Plenty thank you to you and Esther Nene Kamara for the sports story day. The program now Wi Yone Salone and they come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM. Now Fatoma Tem don't catch we inside the program.
Yeah, I think we don't talk a lot of important things. The good thing is that the listeners are able to understand clearly what we discuss here. And that are one of the important things of radio, for educate and entertain people. So we don't educate them. Not only are not able to entertain them, but...
You want to say something about the lights?
About the lights.
And
We
the
already
minis-
suffer.
And the minister,
We already suffer, with this light issue. Like me, he always say, since 1961 to date. And we as a people, we don't grow above this. Government in, government out, not able to address this issue yet. And we as a country, we're worried. One of the things we're going to make we develop and let people within our other country go and count away. Now, because you go able to tell and say, your country get 24 hours electricity. Ghana we don't develop because currently, as we they cry for electricity, themselves they cry for electricity. And some of me other colleagues, they were in us on WhatsApp group. They say we better. We own minister resign. The own minister they tell and say, let themselves show them evidence if he as a minister they suffer blackout. So Africa we just arrogant to ourselves.
So man go say, well, Ghana developed than we.
Yeah, Ghana well advanced. I mean, Ghana do advance, and look at Ghana, the population pass we. But a country in Africa, if you go to the airport, less than 5 minutes you don't done immigration. Now then they use AI technology. The moment we be not apply with your face, as you land, so they know they take passport na you and they know they ask you that, and the camera away they don't tell you already. Massa will be apply for enter in our country, don't enter. So you baggage and everything get ready. You less than 5 minutes you don't done immigration. Then Shisha. So basically, other countries and the way don't they advance, and electricity not a problem. Not them kind countries and the cleanliness, I mean, you just left. You go Mauritius as well. You also get a similar thing. So we get African countries the way advance pass on European countries, way advance pass on European countries, and where they say Africa, all is not lost in Africa.
Okay, plenty thank you to you. We take time for joining me inside the studio in name na Abdul M. Fatoma and the Chief Executive for Campaign for Human Rights and Development International as a day with we today inside the studio for can talk but the free movement na Africa. Plenty thank you to you again once more and hope for get you another time and we same we so get online say Django we na an economics and an analyst as himself being talk on this particular free movement. Well, and so we come to the end of the program today. Remember, say the program you'll be listening to now. We on Salone and we come to you from Rise Radio 96.3 FM, and we get to live from the studios na Brookfields and set from we Facebook page we na Rise Radio SL 96.3 FM, and from the internet we na www.riseradio.sl with support from AfriCell. Plenty thank you to we reporters. Then we go out for make sure say the news meets on today. To we producer Musa Baisise, we studio engineer we na Abdul Rahman Mansari, and Jonah and team we make on say we live now Facebook page. A special one to we executive producer we na Mariam Abba. We will bring the program to you today. My name is Namasa Nyanga.
Mina Musa by Sise. Don't forget for listening to English News 8 o'clock, and tomorrow morning for listening to We Rise and Shine morning show. So say tomorrow we another edition of Wi Yone Salone go meet you and for 10 new special evening greetings and continue for listening to Rise Radio 96.3 FM.